Alright, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be discussing a great modification for your Polaris RZR, Can-Am, side-by-side, whatever it is you enjoy when it comes to these machines. And if you've ever ridden in one of these, or if you own one or anything like that, you know just how important a front windshield is on one of these. You're going through the trees, you got branches smacking this thing. You're behind somebody and dust is just kicking up and hitting you. I mean, you've got mud that's splattered on it. Now, this is a great protection for you. And if you've ever had a polycarbonate windshield, you also know that at the end of the day, or while you're out on the trail, you can't see anything. There's no wipers. So you pull out your rag and you go to town on this thing, wiping it off. You dripping water on there, wiping it off. And then all of a sudden the sun hits it. You can't see anything because it's now scratched to bits. And I mean, it just looks terrible. You got a big haze of light rays just because of all the micro scratches in it. Well, thankfully, and I am very humbled to say that my friends over at StarKnightMT has sent me a new glass windshield for this thing. So we're going to replace this poly guy. Though I've enjoyed it, I'm ready to get rid of those scratches. I've been spending every beginning of the season bumping this thing, getting all the scratches out of it, just for the first ride for them all to come back. So let's check this thing out and show you what StarKnightMT has to offer.
Alright, this thing is a beast. It features automotive grade tempered glass, a durable powder coated frame, and an adjustable sliding vent at the bottom so you don't bake inside that cab during the summer, which we all know that's never fun. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the entire step-by-step installation process so you can get this done easily and in your own garage. Let's dive into this thing.
Okay, so real quick before I started dismantling this thing, I went ahead and wiped off this windshield, this poly windshield, and I wanted to show you just what I'm talking about when I tell you about the scratches. Look at that. This is a perfectly clean windshield. It's not wet, but look at all those micro scratches in it. Now it doesn't look, I mean it looks bad, but it doesn't look as bad as it could because I'm inside the garage and I don't have the sun hitting it. But you can just see all of those micro scratches in it. Now when the sun does hit it, it magnifies it like crazy. But with this glass windshield, we're gonna do away with this. I'm not gonna have to get the buffer out and use some plastics or anything like that to remove all this stuff. All right, let's get rid of this thing. Give it a new home. Okay, we're gonna start assembling this on the bench. So we've got the windshield, we've got the lower cowl with the vent built into it, and then we've got the two zigzag brackets with the little foam padding on it. We're gonna put those right in the center on these two middle holes. We wanna make sure we remove the protective film, like so. Oh, that's so satisfying. And then we're going to place this downwards with the channel. You can kind of see right there, going down on the windshield. And then you're going to reach into your hardware bag and you're going to see that there's a longer screw and a shorter screw. You're going to want to get 4 of the shorter ones along with the washer and the lock nut. And then you're going to put them in through the 4 holes and tighten them up a little bit, just kind of snug, and we're going to go from there. So I'm going to get on this. Okay, next we're going to assemble the wiper blades. You've got your metal arm here with the hook, And then you've got the wiper blades themselves. You're gonna wanna take that top, pop it open like that, and then you're gonna stick the wiper through it, and then latch it down, kind of hook it down onto the wiper blade, and pull, and then latch that down, lock it in place, make sure it ain't going anywhere. Easy as that. Do it to the next one here. Pull open that top, put it through, latch it, lock it in place. Boom, that's easy. Okay, one thing you're gonna need to do is you're going to need to, if you have one, peel back your windshield or your roof, sorry. And there are 2 screws, one on either side. You're gonna wanna remove those because we're actually gonna use them as securing mounting points for the top mounting brackets. So just be aware that you're gonna have to slide back your roof just a little bit. Or, you know, if you don't have one, then good on you. And I imagine a cloth one, you might not have to do this either. Okay, next we're gonna install these goofy looking brackets. Now, we see the R on here. This is for the right side. That's if you're sitting inside the RZR, it's the passenger side. You're gonna wanna stick that up there and get another shorter screw with the washer and the lock nut. Put this through. You're gonna put it on the inside of the plastic and put a screw through there. And it can help you if you remove the J bolt out of there, or the J nut I should say. You can remove that out of there and just keep it with the factory roof screw and just hold on to it for spares because they use these screws on everything on this thing. So stick that through there, put that on, grab that nut, and tighten that on there. I'm gonna leave it just a little bit loose, just for a minute. That way if I need to make any final adjustments, I can. And then go grab the left bracket for the driver's side, repeat that process. All right, my favorite part here, one I'm most excited about, putting the glass in. You're gonna slide it up and make sure the top goes in first, and then push it down on the bottom and get that weather stripping nice and sealed in there. Just like that. Now on the top, in fact, you can see them. These holes here, one here, those are gonna go into those brackets that you installed. And again, tighten them up snugly and just make sure that they all fit properly before we give them the last once over and tighten them right up. You're gonna see the 3 holes. You're gonna see one for your windshield wiper. You're gonna see one for the top mounting bracket, and then you're gonna see one, and that's gonna be for the side clamp here. Now you do see I have mirrors on here. It's not in the way, it's functioning. And even if they were down here on the side lower, you still have plenty of room. As long as that mounting bracket for the mirror isn't like super thick or anything like that, I mean, you've got tons of room that you can work with here. And I also do on the other side, I have my light bar wiring that goes through here with some Velcro. Again, not any issue. But yeah, just make sure that these are aligned, that your windshield's pushed up high enough, and you're gonna want the bolt to go from the outside in. And this is the reason and everything that you wanna make sure that things aren't too tight that you can't move them around and give them a little bit of adjustment. Just to make sure that they fit in there. Like so. Put that nut on the back side. And again, before tightening these down in any way, I'm going to go ahead and do that other side as well. Okay, next we're going to move on to these rubber clamps here. Now you can kind of see I've just kind of loosely put this one through. Now I wanted to show you the direction that you're going to go with this. You got your flat piece, then you've got one that has a 90 at the other end. Take the flat one, and that's going to go up against the windshield. Just put it through there, and then just kind of feed it through like that. And then we'll put the bolts through and clamp it down. But that's another reason why you don't want to tighten these top ones down just yet. We'll get that once we get all these other ones in place. We can then go through and tighten them all down. And just making sure that we have room for these to go through and it's not too tight against that. Just keep that in mind. So up until now, we've been working with the shorter bolts. This time we're going to be putting in these longer ones, and that's for these clamps here. So we're going to line up these holes, put the bolt through, or you can put the bolt through and then put the clamp on it, whatever's easiest for you. And then put that 90-degree angle one in there, and then take a nut, put it on there. Again, I'm just going to put it on there hand tight, finger tight. I mean, it's nylock, so you can't go too tight. And then just work around and get through to all these other ones before we do a final torque down. Okay, now that we've got them all in there loosely, we go make sure that we are happy with the alignment of everything. It's all sealed up top, it's sealed down here at the bottom, and that things are looking proper. Now we can go through, give them a good tighten, and you don't need to tighten them very tight. I mean, like I say, they've got nylocks on them, and just make sure that you're not over torquing them or anything like that. Just that they're nice and snug and that you believe the windshield won't go anywhere. Okay, we're coming back to the bench here just for a minute. We're gonna start working on our windshield wipers here. And it comes with these handles that are gonna go on the inside so that you can manually wipe, you know. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna take off all these nuts, at least the first two. And then also the first metal washer and the first rubber washer. That way we're left with the back nut, the metal washer, and the rubber washer. And this is going to go on the inside, and then this will be sticking out, and then you'll make your adjustments there. Okay, so now that we've got that installed, we've got the threaded part going through, and then you've got the rubbers up against the actual windshield frame, and then secondly it'll be the metal washer and then the nuts, and that's the same pattern on both sides. Now you're going to take your windshield wiper, pull this up, and you're going to see a hole there. Now it's got little knurls in there, and that knurl is going to go in on here and match up to the wiper arm. So this is where you can get creative however you like to do it. You can put that on there, put your handle wherever you would like it to be resting, and then you're going to stick this on there. You're going to stick the windshield wiper on there. And then once that wiper is on there, you're going to take that small nut on and thread it onto the handle right there. And that's going to hold the wiper in place. So let me do some playing around and just kind of see where I like it. And then I'll slap it together and show you guys that process. Okay, so what I've done here is you can pull off this little plastic piece, just careful not to break it. And then you're going to bend the wiper backwards. Let me show you. Pull that plastic piece off, and then you see it sitting like that. You're just going to pull it back, spring loaded, and that way you can press it onto the windshield and not have this resting against it. It's much easier that way. Now, what I've kind of done is I've got it so it's off to the side, just about to touch, and then the handle, I have it canted upwards like that, so when it's resting, it's out of my eyesight. And then I can rotate it down like that. And then again, when I put the wiper up and away, this handle is kind of, you know, parallel to the sill of the windshield, and it's out of my vision as much as possible. Now that that's done, and I've determined where I want it. I put the little nut on there, and then we're just going to tighten it up. That way we make sure that the knurls in there have a good grip onto the handle. And we don't need to go crazy tight. Just making sure that we've got a good grip on that. Something like that. And then we can rotate it. Easy peasy. Now we can do it on the other side and go from there. Just like that, we have it all assembled. We've installed the plastic covers there. That way it just keeps a lot of mud, grime, water, dust out of the screws and everything in there. Now you will notice when you do tighten them up that there still is play in the handle, and that's perfectly fine. They're supposed to be. You need it to be able to move freely in there. And again, as you can see, I've installed the handles so that they're parallel and off to the side with the wipers at resting. Now it's up to you wherever you want them resting. Whatever, it's your preference. I mean, even if you wanted to, you could actually remove these and then just install these nuts on there and tighten them up. And in that way you've just got the holes covered. Now, a lot of people I've talked to, they state that, oh, I don't like my glass windshield, or I don't like windshields because they don't vent, they get too hot. They just, the cabin heat due to the radiator being up front is just too much. I like a little airflow. Now you see StarKnightMT has actually thought about that. Here we've got a nice vent. Now you can see it's blocked off right now, but if you come around to the inside, look down here, try to make it so you can see, you've got a little knob. You can loosen that knob up, boom, slide open a vent, tighten it back up, and now you've got some good ventilation coming into there. And you got good airflow, a little bit of cool air, while still maintaining, some dust, keeping it dust free in there. Now I was thinking about it, if you wanted to, you could get some of that frog skins and pull that vent off, the slider off on the inside, put some frog skins in between there, and then that way you could keep out moisture, dust, all that kind of stuff, while still maintaining airflow. And man, I tell you, I'm wildly impressed with the build quality of all the materials here. The glass looks great. I mean, it's dirty because I've been touching it like crazy, but it's so much clearer than that plastic. I was worried about the frame around it, that it would take too much of the vision away. It really doesn't. I mean, they've really utilized this entire area. Now, the other cool part about this, about StarKnightMT, let's see if I can get you to see it there. Maybe not. Glass is too clear. There we go. It's laminated safe glass. Shatter resistant, DOT approved. Now, it wouldn't be a bad idea to get a windshield protector for when you're towing it. There's so many cars out there on the highway and the freeways and stuff like that that they kick up rocks and everything, just to help keep chips off of it and everything like that. So that's kind of what I'm going to do, is I'm going to get one of those protectors to go over it. Now, last but not least, we do have to remember to re-tie down our roof, just to make sure that doesn't blow away and travels. But I'm really impressed with this windshield. The only hard part now, in fact, the hardest part of this entire install, is deciding where you're going to go first. Where are you going to take this thing riding? I want to hear where you guys go. I want to hear where your guys' favorite places are. And put them down in the comments below. Tell me what you think. Tell me what drew you to a glass windshield. Do you like the polys more? Are you crazy? Do you hate windshields? I know people that don't like windshields at all. But for me, I love windshields. And this poly, it worked for a couple of rides. And I'm tired of cleaning it up, getting the scratches off there. And I'm excited to go try this out. So I hope to see you guys out on the trails. And let's go riding.